one thing that teenagers really love is shoes and Apple products in itself. So today we want to look at the difference of how does compound interest work against you and for you in comparison when you're looking at buying tennis shoes versus Apple products in itself. Let's take a look at it. And so you will see here, one of the biggest things that what we saw with Albert Einstein in particular, he mentioned that with compound interest, that it's the eighth wonder of the world. One who understands it earns it, one who doesn't pays it. And so when we go right here and we look at this here and we look at the Jordan shoes, for instance, right, which is a very popular Nike shoe. We go right here and we look at $300 into Nike stock. So instead of buying these Jordans here in 2014 for $300, we go and put this $300 into Nike stock. Over here at the end of 2014, you will see here this $300 now is worth $371. 2015, 488. 2016, now it's 401. As you see here, it continues to grow over time until 2020. Now, this same $300 have grown into $1,168. 2021 is grown into $1,386. This is during COVID time period here where the stock market just drastically went up during these periods here. But you've noticed here Nike stock here over the last 3 years here have went down subtly, and that same $300 today will be worth $885 into Nike stock. This is the matter of compound interest working for you. That $300 being $885 today. Then let's go and look at these Apple products. These kids definitely love iPads, the Apple Watch, the iPhone. $300 into Apple stock at the beginning of 2014. At the end of 2014, that same $300 would have worth $422. Then we go down here and we look at 2020. That same $300 here would have grown into $2,227. 2021, it's almost at $3,000. Even if you go right here and look at today, that same $300 into Apple stock in the beginning of 2014 now is worth $3,091. This is the forceful, powerful nature of what Albert Einstein mentioned is one who earns it, right, is get paid on it. And so when we go right here and we look at the difference between Nike and Apple, Nike stock increased by 193% over those 10 years period from 2014 up until now. And Apple stock has increased by 930% over the last 10 years. Now, that's pretty instrumental in growth there in what we saw. And so we want to go right here and we want to look at a little bit difference of, okay, if that was just $300 at the beginning of 2014, what if we put $100 a month in each of these companies from 2014 to 2014 to 2024? What would that be worth now? So we want to go and we want to look at this analysis right here. And this is a pretty good analysis that what we want to go and check out here, right? And so when we go right over here and we look at this here, we're going to go to the website here, Portfolio Visualizer. We're going to take 2014 to 2024. We're going to go down here. We're going to compare Apple to Nike. And we're going to look at if we start out with an initial amount of $300 in 2014, and we took $100 a month and we focused on $100 here a month into each of these particular companies right here, what would it be worth today? And so when we go right here for the purpose of this here, portfolio one is going to be Apple, portfolio two is going to be Nike. Portfolio one right here, which is Apple, that's saying $300 initially and doing $100 a month today will be worth $56,230 today. When we go right here and we look at portfolio two, which is the Nike at $300 initially and $100 a month, that will be worth $21,008 in itself here. And so when you look at these comparisons here of the $300 a month starting initially $300 and $100 a month, you will see here that Apple in itself was the best of the performing of the stocks, right? And so that's very important for us to know that when you studying and you buying products, but how are those products and services that we're actually buying, how is that stock actually growing, which is compound interest working for us. Now we want to look at how does compound interest works against us. Albert Einstein says that, hey, look, the one who does not understand it pays it. And so let's go and look at that same scenario when we look at the $300 here. So when we go right here and we look at the $300, we want to look at this and say, how does it work against us? We want to take the same $300 that we would have bought in 2014. And let's say, for instance, we didn't have a $300. So now we want to go put it on a credit card. And this credit card now has a 23.99% interest rate. So we go and buy these Jordans here and put it on a credit card, and then we pay $25 a month. We're going to see here, we're just paying $25 a month at the beginning of January 2014. $25 a month. We wouldn't necessarily have this paid off until the following year of June 2025 if we went through this route right here. This is interest, right? That's compound interest working against you. So you will look here, this $300 overall would have cost us a total. If you go down here, it would have cost us a total of $54 just alone in interest on top of the $300 here. Now, this is just on a small scale amount, but we have people every day swiping those cards where the interest rates are costing them a lot more, three, four, $500 per month in itself. So Albert Einstein said it best here, right? And it's a key mark that I want to share and go back and share here with you guys is the fact that with compound interest, we want to share this right here. Right? He said this right here, and this is so key for this video here. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. This is a great example for a team to watch how compound interest works. How when you put your money to work, it can work for you in the different products and the services that we buy. But if we don't understand compound interest or we don't have the money, compound interest can work for us. Again, I'm sorry, it can work against us. All right.